Okay, so um, what's up, BSF, Beautiful Soul Family? What's up, y'all? I am processing something, and I thought I'd share it because um, I feel like I'm supposed to. It's part of the journey. So I've been contemplating cutting my locks off. I have cut about 7 inches in the last 4 months. 4 or 5 months. Yeah, since the beginning of this year, I've cut about 7 inches off of them. So they were, you know, they were about here, longer in the back. And at one point I cut about 3 inches, and then the next time I cut about 6 or 5. Gosh, I don't even know. It's a lot. And now I'm thinking about cutting them all the way off. Why? Woo, throat chakra messed up. Why? Time for change. I love the look. I don't love the feel so much. A little dry. And they were, coming apart, breaking off, just breaking for quite a while. And so I'm struggling. But here's the point of the whole post. I'm trying to determine what is my attachment to the attachment. Like, why am I so attached to hair? I have lost. I have witnessed the transitioning of both my parents. I miss them dearly. Yet I've continued to have a spiritual relationship with them. I've lost my sister, my oldest sister, and yet I've managed to continue. I've lost 2 marriages, positions, walked away from jobs, lost large amounts of money. And what I know is that I not only survived those losses and those transitions and those changes, but I changed as a result of those. I became wiser. I learned to function differently. I've learned another side of myself, like what it is to be without that. Who am I without it? Who I am without it? Whatever it or it is, whether it's a person, a relationship, like I said, position, all those things I named earlier. I've grown and changed and picked up the pieces and made something beautiful out of the pieces. Not just picked up the pieces and, threw them in a bag and whined and cried for the remainder of life, about it. But because I did that too. But after doing that, I created a new relationship to the whole situation, to the person, as far as, the people that I've lost, my parents that have transitioned, my sister, I created a new relationship with them on a spiritual level. We meet up in my astral travels. We meet up in my dream world. I sense them in my physical world even, their spirit, their energy. And I relate to them here. And they relate to me here. So I still have them, just in a different way. Those positions that I lost, titles, um, it was an experience. You know what I'm saying? It was an experience that I had. I appreciate the experience. I appreciate the knowledge I gained. I appreciate the wisdom, the understanding of myself that I gained from the having it and then not having it. Relationships that I lost have morphed, you know, from the beginning where the loss happens and there's a lot of hurt and there's a lot of grief and there's a lot of resentment or anger or, whatever those relief, whatever, all of those feelings. Over time, those relationships changed into friendships. As a matter of fact, the only male companion that is no longer part of my life is a person who physically harmed my body. But all the other guys that, well, a couple I made, college doesn't count. But okay, that was silly. Just me. Some people don't remain a part of your surroundings, so you kind of don't even remember names. But oh God, that sounds bad. But for the most part, okay, I'm probably gonna cut that part out. For the most part, almost everyone, let me say it like that, almost everyone that I've ever had a loving relationship with, still a part of my life. Still a part of my life. We just have a different relationship now. I keep licking my lips. I've moved locations. My granny used to tease me and say, that furniture, what you will air out that furniture, sis. Because in my college years, I moved every year. And I've moved frequently throughout my life. And I've always made wherever I was my home. And then when I felt like it was time to leave, I moved on and made the next space my home. It was kind of exciting to create all over again, a space that suits me, that screams me, that nurtures me, and to know that I could do that over and over and over and over again. And what I finally figured out was that is because here's home. And just like here is home. So no matter where I go, I'm going to create home because I am home. Home is myself, in the words of Sampa the Great. Home is myself. And that works on the other side as well. Like, there were times when I was leaving spaces to get away from the drama. And then I get into a new space and find the drama. Why? Because the drama was me. I'm not going to say that other people weren't adding to the drama, but I brought them in. I allowed them in, or I asked them in even sometimes. So even the drama was me. It was me. No escaping it until you clear it up. No getting rid of it until you heal it and release it. It's going to go with you wherever you go. Just like home goes with me wherever I go, so does the drama. Of course, he wants to do yard work now. We don't even have yards. We have rocks. Let me close my window. Hold on. Okay. So I've managed, I was saying all that to say, I've had and I've lost. It's all a part of the journey of life, the process of living. Things end, situations end, and then there's a new beginning. But in between is before the new beginning, there's just this space, right? Something ended, I had it, it's gone, and now there's like emptiness there, you know? It's like this is full of water. I filled it up with water last night. I drank some of it this morning. But in a minute, I'm going to empty it. I'm going to use it. I'm going to take it in, and it's going to be gone. And before I fill it up again, there's just going to be an emptiness. Nothing in the cup but air. Well, there's never nothing. There's always something. There's air in there, right? But what was there is gone. And until I put some more of that in there, it will be empty. Learning to appreciate the period of emptiness. Emptiness. Realizing that just like that vessel, there's never emptiness. There's always something there. So the ending is draining it out. It's all gone. It's over. It's different. The in-between, what William Bridges in the book Transitions calls the neutral zone. In that period, there appears to be nothing there. And then we replace what was gone with something new, and then we have a new beginning. But what's so important is that a lot of us, me included, for a long time, rush from the ending to the new beginning. Oh, the cup is empty. Oh, it's empty. I got to fill it back up again. Because what if, because what if, right? I got to have something in there. I can't be walking around empty. I just broke up with this dude. I got to have another dude. I can't, or he broke up with me, either way, and I got to have another dude. I can't just be walking around single. I just can't be walking around unattached. That job ended. Oh my God, I got to hurry up and get another job. I can't be walking around jobless. That thought ended. Where's the next thought? I can't be walking around thoughtless. my belly is empty. I got to put something else in there. I can't just be walking around on empty with nothing in here, like without, you get what I'm saying. But William Bridges states, and I have learned that space in between where there appears to be nothing is such an important space. Because just like that empty cup, there really is something there. And it needs to be attended to. There may be feelings. There may be thoughts. There may be memories. There may be traumas, pain, joy, new understandings, new possibilities, new imagination. I could go on. I'm running out of things right off the top of my head or out of the top of my spirit, but there may be things that need to be unpacked, processed, looked at, examined, felt, missed, mourned, celebrated, witnessed, nurtured, reflected on. Did I say examined? Dissected. There may be things in there that I just need to be with. Just things that just need to be seen. I think I said witnessed. Before I move on to the next new beginning. I might have to clean out this cup. I may have to clean out the vessel because there may be some residual from what was in here before. And when you pour something into a vessel that had something else in it, it's going to have that same flavor. It's going to have that same taste. If it was something that was pungent, it's going to be funky. If it was something that was sweet, it's going to be sweet. If it was something that was salty, it's going to be salty. It's going to affect whatever you put in next. You feel me? So maybe I need to take a moment, wipe it down, clean it out. Hold on to a little bit of it. If it was something sweet that I really like, ask anybody to know me. I make a smoothie. I'm going to rinse out that bullet with some water, and I'm drinking that. I ain't wasting that sweetness. You know what I'm saying? I got some beet juice in there. Man, I'm going to pour some more water in there. I'm going to leave that beet juice, little stain flavor in there because I like the way that tastes. It's going to flavor the water that I put in next. So, sometimes it's good stuff. You want to remember to hold on to that. You want to hold those beautiful memories, You want to hold the taste of that. You don't want to totally release it. You want to, So it's not always getting rid of something bad afterwards. Sometimes it's just holding on, savoring the flavor that was left as a result of what was in there before. But you have to decide, it's the neutral zone, as he puts it, or the in-between of the ending and the new beginning is a place for you to decide. Do I want to rinse it out and start clean? Or do I want to leave a little bit and carry some of that with me? But I have to decide. So that in-between phase is a time for some decision making, some, like I said, all of that other stuff, all the reflecting, blah, 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 all that other stuff I said already. All right, so I'm back to the beginning of the big chop. The big chop. What will I look like? Is that important? Yeah, it is. Somewhat. It's not the most important thing, but it's important. What will I feel like? Who will I be now? It's silly, right? It's like it's a hair. What do you mean, who will you be now? Right? But right. Because don't tell me that we don't start defining ourselves by our physical appearance. That we're not taught to, conditioned to define ourselves by our physical appearance. I just remember being a little girl with my tight curls and seeing all the beautiful images in the magazines and on TV, and all the flowing hair. The Miss Americas with the flowing hair. Everything that was considered beautiful, mainstream in the 60s when I was growing up, born in 1963, had good hair. That was even a term used by some members of my family. Nappy hair versus good hair. Of course, you know what I had, right? According to that theory, I had nappy hair. So it was good hair and bad hair. Mine was the bad nappy hair. And the members of the family who had soft, curly, looser waves had good hair. So it was something to aspire to, not only to aspire to, but you got a perm, you got your hair pressed, you got, the horror of it all. The horror of it all. I did a whole course, not a course, but a whole presentation for my students at the university on hair. And hair for Black children, the historical story, the historical backdrop. Sounds redundant. Historical backdrop, historical story. You know what I mean? Of hair. The connection. So, there was this whole thing that I grew up, my sister and I used to put towels on our heads as little girls. I don't have a towel, but you can imagine with me. If I take this piece right here, we would put a towel on our hair as little girls, and then we would flip our hair from side to side, because our hair wasn't flipping unless it was freshly pressed, But that was the standard of beauty, flippable hair. until, was it the 70s, early 70s, late 60s, when the Black Power came out and the fro, and we had our fro. But it still had to be an Angela Davis type fro. It had to be a curly fro. You weren't trying to do the, stuck to your head fro, so you had to braid it up every night so that it could, be loose and pick it out, and you wasn't trying to have it tight, because then again it was the nappy hair, it was the bad hair. But we rocked that fro for a while. So this weekend I was trying to figure out, what is my attachment to this hair? Where is my what is my attachment attached to? there it is. What is my attachment to the hair attached to? And I was thinking about it today, Monday. Actually, I was thinking about it this weekend, and I was saying, I think it's attached to the standard of beauty I grew up with. I think it's attached to the flippable hair. I think it's attached to the good hair, bad hair story. I think it's attached to the straightening, the pressing, the perming to make your hair look mainstream, look acceptable, professional. Oh my. All of that, Long hair is important. Length. Like there's something about length that we've been trained to believe makes beauty. Long hair is beautiful. So there's some attachment to those lies. There's some attachment. There's some conditioning under it. Some social lies that I've been socialized to believe. Don't take that. That is mine. That's that's my term, man. These are social lies, lies, that we've been socialized to believe. And they take root. Literally, they take root and they grow in us, and they change our point of view. They change our perspective. They change how we operate. They change how we think if we're not careful. And if it's not hair, it's something, because we've been socialized to believe a lot of social lies, and we operate within them a lot. But it's time for the undoing. It's time for the undoing of all that. So I said to myself, Robin, you've rocked short hair before. I was notorious for cutting my hair after a relationship and just being like, starting over, I didn't even know about energy then. It just was like I just wanted a whole new world, I wanted a whole new me, a whole new view of myself, a whole new appearance from the inside out and the outside in. So here I am, feeling a little bit emotional about making the decision again to cut off the rest of it. Already cut, I don't know, like I said, 7, 6, 8 something inches of it. And here I am now, preparing to take it off. Take it all off, in my very white voice. Take it off. Take it all off. That ain't quite very white, but you get the picture. And examining and reflecting and being curious about and wondering and remembering, imagining life in the next phase. I am growing spiritually by leaps and bounds. And I am so grateful for that growth. And even that, is a thing. The hair is a spiritual thing. It's the antenna. It's the, you know, I heard that one too. And I attached myself to that because it worked for me. I resonated with that. Yep. The hair is the antenna. Don't you cut your antenna off, girl. You're not going to be able to connect. But I'm telling you what, when I connect to my spirit team, when I connect to spirit, I don't have to do. I don't. I do not. I don't. It ain't in the hair. It's in that pineal. It's in my heart. It's in my gut. It's in my being. I am a soul. I'm a spirit. So I'm already connected. Whether I have skin, hair, I'm connected, period, because I have a spirit. I'm a part of the source energy. I am of that spirit. My spirit came from that source. So that's my connection. I just tap into the spirit. And I don't have to plug these in nowhere to get tapped in. Like the EKG and the EEG or whatever you get. I don't have to connect those to anything. I have never heard from the spirit. Okay, take a strand of hair and plug it into your third eye chakra, and take another one, plug it into your heart chakra, and take one and plug it into your solar plexus. Like, they ain't never asked me to do that. They just, it's hair. It's physical. So I have to detach from that attachment, from that story. Ooh-wee. The journey. Growing up, it was that the long hair was, the long flowing hair was the feminine, softer, softer, sexy, blowing image. The short fro, the afro, the tight hair. It was, she's a fighter, she's a militant, it's all of these social lies, you know what I'm saying, that we take in, that we attach to, that we make a part of who we are, that we interpret to be true. If your hair is short, you're masculine, You're manly. It's lies. Just lies. And who cares anyway? We do. We shouldn't. We shouldn't, but we do. And the more, and let me put it like this, when I'm in my higher self, when I'm being through my higher self, I don't care. I don't care what you think. When I'm being in my ego self, my conditioned self, my self that knows this 3D reality, I care a little bit more. So since they both exist, because I am a spirit being having a physical experience, so since they both exist, I gotta balance them out. I gotta make them work together, harmonize them. Where am I? And it's the ombre for me. I didn't even know what that meant until a friend of mine was like, oh, I just love the ombre. Because it used to have like, maybe you could see it on the ends. But anyway, it goes from, the gray to the brownish to the black. Oh, the fade of it all. Special. I was like, ooh, that's a special word. I love words, y'all. And I have to be careful because I understand that words are used. Bad hair, good hair. Words are used to put us in places, mindsets, perspectives, prisons. But oh, I loved that word, ombre. And I had to say, what is ombre? It's, oh, when the color just gradually changes. I was like, oh, that sounds sexy. I have ombre hair. My hair is ombre. Do you notice the ombre features here? Sexy, huh? I got attached to that. But just a minute ago, I was thinking how, even that, the attachment to the compliments, you know what I'm saying? Going from being a little girl who was bullied, called Blackie and Darky and Casper and Spooky and, whatever, by some little ignorant bad kids who were just being kids. Mama love the kids. But anyway, it was just like going from being taunted about your nappy hair, your bad hair, not by just kids, but like I said earlier, by adult family members who just said stuff without even thinking about it. Yeah, the little black kids with the nappy hair and, bad hair. Whew, got this bad hair. It wasn't my mama. It was never my mama. So just to make that clear, or my daddy. It was other people. But my mama did press my hair. And she did put perm in my hair. I did the same thing with my daughter. Make it manageable. And actually, yeah, make it manageable, you know. Not knowing what else to do, you know. Tired of the crying when you comb it, and not having the proper utensils to comb it or the proper products, to manage 4C tight curls that go. Just not having stuff and being frustrated with the baby crying. But anyway, going from being ragged on about your hair, your skin, everything, color, everything, to a place where people compliment this. What? And I like it too. I mean, but after I got that drop, and if you have locks, you know what I mean. Once that hair started to drop, and it just, and then you get the, ooh, I love your locks, and even with the ombre, I would just get, random people walking up. Yesterday, every day, anytime I'm out, somebody typically is going to say something about, I love your hair. You do? Oh, thanks. Me too. Finally me too. But, thank you, And it does something in here when you go from being, like I said, teased about your looks and your, physical appearance, and being nurtured and groomed in the bad hair, good hair time period. And then to get to a phase in our existence where people see beauty in many ways as opposed to just one way, which it pretty much was when I was growing up. I feel like there was one standard of beauty and it wasn't brown and it wasn't kinky, right? In the mainstream world, let me go back and say that. In the magazines, in the Miss America contest, in the TV shows, in the stuff that we consumed, all the time, and the images that we were shown. And so here I am now in this period where there are multiple standards of beauty, and I've finally accepted my kinky hair and gray too, because for a while, I started graying at like 29. Had a little gray hairs here in the temple. 31, really began to spread a little bit, and I wore it short for a while with the gray temples and everything. But after a while, it was like, oh, I look old, because there's another social lie that we've been socialized to believe. You've got to be forever young. Forever young. I want to be forever young. Yeah, whatever. I'm forever youthful in here, right? But how you going to be here and be forever young in this physical body? It goes through changes. So, yeah, no. Not going to be. But I was trying. Let me color this hair. Let me dye this hair. And I ain't mad at nobody. That ain't it at all. I ain't judging nobody. Ain't mad at nobody. I'm just saying me. I was stressed about getting older at a particular point in my life. And I didn't know what that meant. It meant slowing down. It meant body falling apart. It meant being by yourself because you don't have a husband no more and kids got to take care of you. And it meant, you couldn't do what you was doing. It just meant all of that to me. And so I didn't want that. So I had to color. I had to convince myself that I was not getting older. No, you're not getting older. And I'm going to prove it to you. See this black hair? You ain't getting older. Mm-mm. Like it was about the physical, look. And like I say, in my spiritual journey, I've learned to embrace the fact that yes, I am aging chronologically. You know what I mean? Like the years are going by and the numbers are changing and they're getting higher. But I don't feel older. I don't feel what I thought was older. I don't feel all the social lies that I had accepted before, that it meant this and it meant that and I don't feel that. So as I detached from that definition of older and getting old, I detached from all of the needs to cover it up. The makeup. Oh my God, I had so much makeup. I ain't mad. I ain't judging. I'm saying it, for me, it's always what's underneath the thing. What's the story underneath the thing that I'm doing? Because if I want to put on some makeup now, I feel like I can handle that. If I want to dye my hair now, I feel like I can handle that. If I want to get a bunch of money now, I feel like I can handle that. But before, my thoughts about that stuff and my definitions of that stuff were different. People with money were evil. They were stingy. They got it off the backs of other people. They used other people to get it. They thought they were better than everybody else. We thought they were better than us, They were exclusive, We were, so I resisted all of that because I didn't want to be that. I didn't want to attach to that. But now that I've gone through my spiritual reawakening and that I'm going through my spiritual elevation, I redefined all of this stuff for myself. I redefined beauty. I redefined wealth. I redefined age. I redefined intelligence. I redefined sexy. I redefined beautiful. I think I said that already. I redefined those things that someone else had defined for me. So yeah, the long hair was beautiful. That was a symbol of beauty. The not gray hair was a symbol of beauty. All of that, And like I said, I've redefined those things. So I say to myself this weekend, as I was for the probably 30th, 15th, I don't know, I was going to say 50th, but for the umpteenth time, how about that? I like that word. The umpteenth time, considering cutting my locks off. I was going through all of that. And I was saying, so? Yeah, you look nice with them, but you also looked nice without them. And what you know now is that it's more than a look. This life is way more than a look. It's about way more than a look. What you also know is that you have learned to survive and thrive through many, many, many losses and changes and transitions. As a matter of fact, you've evolved and grown drastically as a result of a lot of changes. So you'll be fine. Fine, 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 ooh, fine, fine. You'll be fine. You always are. Robin is so much more than hair. Robin is so much more than earrings, glasses. Robin is so much more than that PhD plaque on the wall. Robin is so much more than a professor at an Ivy League, public Ivy League. It was fun. It was life-changing. It was spiritually a growth spurt. Whew. It had to happen, y'all. Peace to my students. That was a time in my life. That's another video. But Robin is so much more than Robin. Robin is Aya. And Robin, that's my higher self. If I had to name her, if she had to have a name and identity, a way to call her, it would be Aya. Aya. Aya is so much more than Robin's hair. The spirit being, Aya, is so much more than Robin's clothing, skin, frames, makeup, jewelry, dwelling, sofa, car. She enjoys all that with Robin. And she imagines different things and more beauty and more to share, more wealth to share. She imagines all that. She knows all that with Robin. But she also functions to remind Robin that you're not that. We're not that. That's not what we are. That's not who we are. That is but one small part of the holistic view, of the holistic being. So, shake it up. Cut the hair. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. What does it matter? What does it matter to the soul mission? What does it matter to the real purpose? I came here to live out, to complete this, the real mission work. What does it matter to that? What does it matter if I'm tall or short, thick or thin, brown or not, long hair or not, glasses or not, black shirt or flowery, multicolored shirt? What does it matter? Tight fit t-shirt or flowing gown? What does it matter to the mission? What does it matter to the real work? It doesn't. I mean, it's fun. If I see it, it's fun. If I want it to be fun, it's fun. But to get attached to it, to let it define me, Lexus, pre-owned. It was nice though. To Hyundai, yeah, the one. The one that nobody wants to insure, that Hyundai. And on to whatever is next, because there is going to be a next. It don't define me. Don't none of it define me. They're just props. Stage folks, theater people, you know what I mean? They're just props. And the wise elders used to say, you can't take it with you. My spirit don't even, my soul don't even care about that. But if I want some comforts or whatever while I'm here doing the soul mission, as long as I'm doing the work, okay. You can have a couple of comforts. You can have those things. Don't get it twisted, though. That is not what we are here to aspire to do. We are here to inspire, to love. Ooh, look at that powerful on the wall. To inspire the collective to come back to love, man. Love. Of self. And that is the spiritual soul self and the physical, emotional, mental, all the self, holistically, love of all of it, balance of all of it. I ain't supposed to hate my ego. I am not supposed to be mad at my emotions. Love it all. Balanced, harmonized, blended together. Maybe not blend. I don't know if the word blend is right, but balance. You know what I'm saying? Bring it to, it needs to work together for the mission. And love of the collective. Because I can't love God without loving all of God's creation. All of it. What you say? Glass is dirty. All of it. That don't look like me. That don't act like me. That don't see like me. That don't speak like me. Woo, what? All of it? The stinky feet one? The bad hair one? The good hair one? The one that thinks it's better than everybody else, superior to? The one that thinks it's inferior to? The one that's full of life? The one that seems depressed? The one that talk about itself all the time? The one that hides behind everything? The one that boasts like Muhammad Ali, I'm the prettiest, I'm the best. The one that sacrifices his life. The one that says, oh, this whole thing, oh, it's nothing. I'm so uncomfortable when people compliment me. Anyway, you know what I'm saying. All of it. Here to inspire people to love. And so that's what really matters. And I can do that with long flowing hair. I can do that with short kinky hair. I can do that with straight hair. I could do that with no hair, I can do that with. Makeup, I could do that without makeup. I could do that with brown skin. I can do that with not brown. I can do that with a tight shirt. I feel like Dr. Seuss. I can do it with a box and in a fox and in a, you know. I think there was other way around, with a fox and in a box, but you know, you got it. Don't judge me. I'm rusty. It's been a while since I've been reading kindergarten books. But yeah. So do the thing. As long as it ain't gonna hurt nobody. As long as it ain't gonna hurt nobody. There it is. And it ain't gonna hurt nobody. I think I was saying, you know, getting attached to the compliments, you know. I don't know if I had finished that thought, but, you know, going from being ridiculed to being admired, you know, to having a part of you admired, to the point that you identify with that part of you and refuse to let it go because other people see it and other people like it, and it brings outward validation. But I'm just so not there anymore. That is the Robin. When I'm in Robin, she gets all excited about that, you know, because she remembers the painful past. She remembers the not being the pretty girl. Funny how we hold on to the negative, the hurtful stuff, to the point that we can't even remember sometimes all the positive stuff. That's training too. That's conditioning too. Because if we all were conditioned to see ourselves as brilliant, beautiful, whole, worthy, meaningful, necessary, what would they sell us? What would we buy? We have to be conditioned to see that we are less and we need more. We have to be conditioned to see that we are not and we need to be. Otherwise, we wouldn't be out here giving up all of our energy and time to get, to have, to accomplish, to, you know what I mean? Matter, to be valuable, to be beautiful, to be, we wouldn't. We would sit down somewhere with a couple of pieces of fruit and chill. Because we would feel like we are already enough. We would feel like we're already there. We would feel like we already are all of that stuff. I already have all that. I am all of that. I am beautiful. I am accomplished. I am amazing. I am rich. I am smart. I am intelligent. I am brilliant. I am love. I am love. I don't need all that. No, I'm not coming in today. As a matter of fact, I ain't coming in no more. As a matter of fact, I ain't buying no more of this stuff. I don't need it. I'm complete. I'm whole. I'm going to wear this shirt tomorrow. I'm going to wrench it out. And I'm going to wear it again. And I'm going to wrench it out. And I'm going to wear it again. And when it fall apart, I'll get another shirt. The shirt don't make me. I don't care about this shirt. Don't make me. I am. Yeah. Eternal. Infinite. Limitless. Connected. In and on purpose. Being love. That's all I need. And I don't have to destroy the planet to get more stuff. But it is what it is. And I don't have to destroy my body to have more stuff. And I don't have to ignore my spirit. And I don't have to step on other people or use their bodies to gain more wealth or for my own simple pleasures. I didn't always know that, or I will say I had forgotten that. I had forgotten that. I'm so grateful. That is why I'm so grateful for this journey. And that's why I've been sharing all along, regardless to how weird I sound. Robin, what you, some of my high school friends, Robin, well, I've been seeing you on Facebook out in the nature with your shoes, or with your feet, with your shoes off. What's that all about? It's how I roll. It's what I do. It's what I do to connect to source. It's what I do to recharge this battery. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's okay. I'm fine. With you looking at me and rolling your eyes, I'm fine. I mean, you finally got to that point of, I don't need everybody to understand me for me to be me. I don't need everybody to accept me in order for me to be me. I don't need everybody to agree with me in order for me to be me. I don't need everybody to validate me in order for me to be me. And I embrace all of my experiences. Because they're the reason why I am this version of me. The version that I'm at peace with. Most of the time. The version that is constantly changing. Robin the being. Robin the being, the physical being, the spiritual being, the emotional being, the mental being, psychological being, the financial being, the being. Gratitude. Thankfully, she is constantly transitioning, evolving, growing, knowing, being, loving. Challenging. Her ego self to balance out with her spiritual self. And oh, what a journey. What a life. What a life. What a life that I've been given. What a life. What a life that I've been living. What a life. I love that song. Just that part too, you know. Well, not just that part, but especially that part. Because what a life. You wouldn't believe it if I told you. You would not believe it if I told you. And if I told you I had to kill you, some things you just... Not proud of it all. Not ashamed of it all. It just is. It just was. Sign of the times. Sign of the mind. Sign of the vibe. Process. A process is what it's been. And life is the actual school. I know I wrote that paper once before. The school of life. Yeah, that's what this is. This is the school. And each one of us, we are our own subject to be learned, to be examined, to be lived, to be reinvented over and over and over again in order to get closer and closer to love. So am I cutting my hair or not? Dang. Yep. Woo! The convenience of it all. I'm so excited just to be able to just, if you all knew that literally I'm a mermaid, like that's another iteration of me. I'm definitely from a people of mermaid background in some other life or something. If you knew how much I love water and to be in the water and to be just laying back on the water and not having to get out and do my hair and care for all that was, to care for all of that after a long 3, 6, 8, 9 hour bath. The joy. The joy. I can taste it. Bye-bye, ponytail. Bye-bye, drop. He going bye-bye. Oh, my God. I will probably end this video and be for another 30 days like, I'm really going to do it? Oh, man. Attached. What is it that I've attached to this attachment? Well, we already know. Stories, history, other people's thoughts, other people's beliefs that I learned to accept as my own. And I'm going in. And I'm going to go hard. And I'm going to go hard. I'm going in. What do I really want? And why? It's about more than the hair. It's about more than the car. It's about more than the clothes. It's about more than the mate. It's about more than the job. It's about more than the title. It's about more than the money. It's about more than that, for real. Like, what is it that I attach to all of that? I'm getting hungry. So I'm gonna have to go. But I got a feeling I'll be back. Did you hear my stomach? As soon as I decide to end the video, he decides to stop doing yard work. I guess he's washing his rocks. I don't know what. We don't have grass. Maybe blasting the wall. I don't even know. Maybe it was a carpet cleaning system. It was just noisy and loud. But anyway, neither here nor there. I just noticed, though, because I practice awareness. So I noticed that the noise had stopped. Still me. What? Still me. Peace. Love y'all. Talk to you later. That's for sure.